Hello, Yankees Nation! Welcome back to your go-to source for all things Yankees. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop with every Yankees update. So, let's start the video. The 2025 season has not even begun, yet the Yankees find themselves at a crossroads. What was supposed to be a fresh start, a chance to reclaim dominance in the American League, has instead turned into a season of uncertainty, injuries, and tough questions. Yankees fans were already concerned after Juan Soto's departure in free agency. But now, the situation has become even more difficult to navigate. At the center of this storm is the devastating news that Gerrit Cole, the heart and soul of the Yankees rotation, will miss the entire season. For a team that had championship aspirations, this is the kind of setback that can define an entire year. The Yankees built their offseason strategy around the idea of having Cole and newly acquired Max Fried as their dominant 1-2 punch, a rotation duo that could rival the best in baseball. But with Cole out, the Yankees are now facing one of their biggest challenges in years. Losing Cole is more than just losing an elite pitcher. It's losing a leader, a competitor, and the stabilizing force of the rotation. Every 5 days, Yankees fans knew they could count on Cole to take the mound and give them a chance to win. Now, that security is gone. Instead of a rotation built around two elite arms, the Yankees now have to depend on Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Clarke Schmidt, and Will Warren, hoping that this group can hold the line and keep the team afloat. But the problem doesn't end there. The Yankees will also be without Luis Gil, another promising arm, making the rotation even thinner. Injuries happen in baseball, but when they strike key players at the worst possible time, they can derail an entire season. This is the situation the Yankees now find themselves in. So, the big question looms. Can this rotation survive without its ace? Can Max Fried, now carrying the weight of the rotation on his shoulders, step up and be the pitcher the Yankees desperately need him to be? Can Carlos Rodon, who struggled in 2024, find his rhythm and finally prove why the Yankees invested in him? Will Clarke Schmidt and Will Warren be able to take that next step forward? These are the questions that could determine whether the Yankees remain a contender or fall into mediocrity. The offensive burden. Can the Yankees score enough runs? With the pitching staff weakened, the offense will now have to take on an even greater responsibility. The problem? The Yankees lineup was already in a fragile state after the departure of Juan Soto. The Yankees offense is built around one major hope: Aaron Judge staying healthy and playing at an MVP level. And that is a huge risk. There is no denying Judge's ability when he's on the field. He is one of the most feared hitters in the game. But, as Yankees fans know all too well, staying healthy has been a challenge for him in recent years. If Judge can play a full season and produce at the level we all know he's capable of, the Yankees can compensate for some of their weaknesses. But if he gets injured, if he misses significant time, then the Yankees offense could collapse quickly. Cody Bellinger, another key piece in this lineup, brings an interesting mix of power, defense, and experience. But the big question with Bellinger has always been consistency. Can he provide enough offense throughout the year, or will he have stretches where he disappears at the plate? The Yankees need him to be reliable, not just flashes of brilliance. And then, of course, there's the wild card, Jasson Dominguez. Dominguez has the potential to be a game changer. The Yankees believe in his talent, and there's already excitement around what he can do. But is it fair to put so much pressure on a rookie? Can he truly step up and become a key offensive weapon this early in his career? If Dominguez plays to his full potential, he could be one of the most exciting young players in the league. But rookies are unpredictable, and there's no guarantee that he'll adjust quickly to the demands of a full major league season. The infield situation: strength or liability? While the focus is on the outfield, the infield also holds a lot of questions. Paul Goldschmidt, Anthony Volpe, and Jazz Chisholm are expected to provide stability, but can they deliver? Goldschmidt is coming off a mixed 2024 season, and at this point in his career, it's fair to ask whether he can still be the dominant hitter he once was. He doesn't need to be an MVP, but the Yankees need him to be productive, especially in big moments. Anthony Volpe, the young shortstop, is entering a crucial year. He showed flashes of brilliance last season, but now the Yankees need him to take that next step. He doesn't just need to be solid, he needs to be a difference maker, both offensively and defensively. And then there's Jazz Chisholm, who brings athleticism, energy, and versatility to the infield. If he plays up to his potential, he can be a game changer. But like others in this lineup, consistency is key. The Yankees can't afford long slumps from their key players. One of the biggest concerns heading into the season is third base. The Yankees still haven't found a long-term answer for the position, and as of now, it looks like they're willing to go into the season with what they have. But will that be enough? Where do the Yankees stand heading into the season? At this point, the Yankees are a team with massive potential, but also massive risks. If everything goes right, if the rotation holds together, if Judge stays healthy, if Dominguez has a breakout season, then this team can still be competitive in the American League. But if injuries continue to pile up, if the rotation struggles without Cole, and if the offense can't find its rhythm, then this could be a long season for Yankees fans. Previously, we have discussed the Yankees' biggest concerns heading into 2025. Losing Gerrit Cole, the uncertainty in the rotation, and an offense that now relies heavily on Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger. But what's the full range of possibilities for this team? Could they still compete for the AL East? Or is this season destined for disappointment? Best case scenario? A 95-win season. For the Yankees to have any shot at a division title, almost everything must go right. Max Fried needs to be an ace. Carlos Rodon must return to form, and Clark Schmidt or Will Warren must step up. If those three hold steady, the Yankees' rotation could exceed expectations even without Cole. The offense also needs to fire on all cylinders. Aaron Judge must stay healthy. Cody Bellinger needs to deliver consistent production, and Jason Dominguez must break out in his first full season. If Paul Goldschmidt regains his all-star form and Anthony Volpe takes the next step, the Yankees lineup could still be dangerous. If all of this happens, the Yankees could win 95 games and make a serious push for the postseason. But that's a big if. Worst case scenario, a 70-win disaster? Now, let's talk about what Yankees fans don't want to hear. A complete collapse. Injuries could derail everything. What if Max Fried or Carlos Rodon go down? The rotation would be in serious trouble, especially with Luis Gil already out. The offense also has its own risks. Giancarlo Stanton has no clear timeline for a return, and if Judge suffers another injury, the Yankees' power numbers would vanish. A lineup without Judge Stanton looks far less threatening, and neither Bellinger nor Dominguez can carry the offense alone. With these issues, a 70-win season is entirely possible, a worst-case scenario that would leave Yankees fans frustrated and disappointed. The most realistic outcome, a wild card fight. So what's the most likely outcome? Right now, the Yankees are an 86-win team. Not elite, but competitive enough to fight for a wild card spot. The rotation won't dominate, but it should be average at worst if everyone stays healthy. The offense has power, but it depends too much on Judge and Bellinger. The Yankees could make a trade at the deadline, boosting their roster if they're in contention. This means 2025 won't be a disaster, but it also won't be a dominant season. The Yankees will likely compete for the playoffs, but winning the division seems unlikely. So, Yankees fans, do you think this team can still compete? Or is this a rebuilding year in disguise? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, Yankees Nation. If you've been following along, you know we've covered both the best and worst case scenarios for the Yankees 2025 season. But now it's time for the real question. Will this team actually make the playoffs? If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with every Yankees update. Now, let's get into it. The path to the playoffs. With an 86-win projection, the Yankees will likely fight for a wild card spot rather than a division title. They aren't the powerhouse they once were, but they also aren't a team that should be counted out. For the Yankees to secure a postseason spot, a few key things need to happen. First and foremost, they must stay healthy. Losing Gerrit Cole for the season is already a massive blow, but if they suffer more injuries, especially to Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, or Aaron Judge, their playoff chances could vanish quickly. Next, the Yankees need breakout performances from key players. Jason Dominguez stepping up, Anthony Volpe taking the next leap, and Paul Goldschmidt finding his rhythm could push this team past expectations. And finally, there's the trade deadline wildcard. If the Yankees are in the hunt for a wildcard spot by mid-season, will Brian Cashman make a bold move to strengthen the roster? A key addition, whether it's a starting pitcher, a third baseman, or another power bat, could be the difference between just missing the playoffs or making a deep run. Can the Yankees get it done? So where will the Yankees actually land? Right now, they're a borderline playoff team. If everything goes right, if Judge, Bellinger, and Dominguez lead the offense, if Fried and Rodon stay dominant, and if the bullpen remains a strength, the Yankees could push toward 90 wins and secure a wild card spot. But if injuries strike or if key players underperform, they could just as easily fall to 80 wins and miss the postseason entirely. Realistically, this team should finish between 84 and 88 wins, putting them in a tight battle for the last wild card spot. They won't be one of the best teams in baseball, but they have enough talent to fight for a playoff berth, as long as things don't go off the rails. Yankees fans, what do you think? Yankees fans, this season is going to be a wild ride. There's no clear path to dominance, but there's also no reason to completely lose hope. This team has a lot of upside, but also a lot of risk. Now it's your turn. Do you think the Yankees will make the playoffs this year? Will they surprise the league, or will they fall short? Drop your predictions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a Yankees update. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Yankees!